We interrupt your regular programming to bring you this special AM 1450 live sports broadcast.
Stolen by Lang. Lang's got a one-on-one breakaway. He goes up and scores.
Thomas Lang making it go.
Back to Lynn. Lynn posts up. Down on the left wing of Lacona. He fakes the pass, but there's a shot from way out front. Swish!
That's McGackey.
McGackey hits the tray.
So McGackey hit that tray. He immediately turned to the student section and acknowledged it.
Into Cheney. Cheney is stuck, but he double clutches and puts it in. Oh, my goodness. What great body control by Cheney.
You know, the beautiful thing on that play, he dished it down low to John Cheney. That was a great look by Ryan Brown.
Team ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Linganore High School. This is AM 1450, the source, your source for the best high school basketball in Frederick County, WTHU.org. This is Dave Steeran, and I'm joined courtside here with William Warren tonight for an MPSSAA 3A West Section 2 semifinal game between the number one seed in this section, Linganore Lancers, taking on the visiting number 5 section seed, South Hagerstown Rebels. Tonight's winner will advance to the sectional finals, where the 3A West Section 1 winner will play the 3A West Section 2 winner. And this game sets up as a matchup between the winner of the North Hagerstown and Tuscarora game. So, William, what do you see tonight as keys to the game here?
Well, I haven't had a chance to watch either team extensively, but it usually comes down to execution. Which team is going to execute their game plan better, especially when you get to this level in high school basketball. It's because you've had a good game plan, you've had good execution.
So absolutely. We were fortunate enough to broadcast the CMC championship game earlier this week when Linganore won the Frederick County Championship as the number 1 seed, taking on number 2 Middletown. And it was interesting, your point about execution, because Linganore had beaten Middletown by 25 points first time in the season, and played a little bit sloppy, quite honestly, and the execution wasn't quite where it usually is, and we're going to break off. Check that. We're going to stay with the broadcast. We're going to talk low. So the execution wasn't quite where it usually is, and Linganore wound up winning by 4, a game that they had previously beaten Middletown by 25 first time through. So interesting game. Going to come down to execution. I think the keys for for South Hagerstown are going to be their ability to stop the dynamic duo at Linganore, Thomas Lang and Jack Staub. You know, Thomas Lang scored over 1,000 points earlier this season, and he's certainly a Frederick County Player of the Year candidate this year. And it seems like when Lang is down, Staub is up, and these two players really complement one another well. Haven't had a chance to see South Hagerstown. How about yourself? Have you seen South Hagerstown yet this season, William?
No, I haven't seen South Hagerstown at all, to be honest with you. So I'll have to give some analysis on the fly.
Okay. Well, I can tell you, Linganore is definitely the favorite in the region as well as in this game. And I think watching South Hagerstown warm up, I saw a pretty athletic-looking team. My guess is they're going to be a team that's going to want to get up and down the floor pretty fast. They come into tonight's game with a record of 11 wins and 7 losses on the season compared to Linganore, who's coming in at 21-1. Linganore's only loss was to Tuscarora, and that was after that big storm where they had a layoff. And again, back to your point about execution, they didn't really execute that well. So, again, I think I think South Hagerstown is they're key to their game for them is how well they stop Lang and Staub.
Well, I'm sitting here. I was watching the Lancers, practice and warm up today, and they were very energetic, very quick. There wasn't anyone that wasn't able to run the floor very quickly. They seem to be a very fast and very athletic group.
Linganere's definitely an athletic team. In fact, they're quick at the guard position. They're pretty tall at the forward position. And quite honestly, they out-rebound most of the teams that they play against. So they get up and down the floor, plus they rebound real well. Last time these two teams played in a sectional final was last year, and Linganore won that game 63-51. And I think that was actually a bit of an upset. I think South Hagerstown was the favorite coming into that game. So there's a little bit of history between these two teams, and it'll be real interesting to see how that dynamic plays out tonight, William.
Well, I'm looking at both teams on the floor right now, and since South Hagerstown is definitely the stockier of the two teams. The Linganore Lancers are kind of smaller guys, they're kind of thinner, they have some height, but they don't have the build. And these guys that I'm seeing, a lot of them are heavier, stockier guys. So I think another key for South Hagerstown is that if they try to run with Linganore, they're going to wear themselves out.
Yeah, Linganore will want to get up and down the floor. Yeah. A couple of their players barely ever hit the bench unless they get in foul trouble. So it'll be interesting to see how the stamina comes into effect tonight. Hey, at this time, William, I'd like to take a minute and recognize the game sponsors for tonight's game. We'd like to recognize and thank the following sponsors: Anytime Fitness, BMC Massage and Fitness Studio, Frederick County Bank, Gettysburg Auto Auction, Med One Pharmacy, Roddy Creek Auto, Shamrock Restaurant, and Thermont Eye Care. Thank you to all of our sponsors for tonight's game. So with that, it looks like we're just a couple of seconds away from the opening tip. And we'll get started here in just a second. Cheerleaders are mulling around in front of us, getting ready to get set for the game tonight. And we're going to tip off here in just a second.
Let me jump in there for a second. How much do you think the injury to Thomas Lang's hand is going to affect his shooting tonight?
Yeah, so I heard about that. Thomas Lang got a couple stitches on his hand, and that'll certainly be a key. Again, we'll see how Lang and Staub pick one another up. Yeah.
I understand he got 5 stitches from an injury a couple days ago, so I imagine that puppy's going to be sore.
Yeah, we'll see here. So, hey, we're about to tip off. Taking a tip for South Hagerstown is going to be number 33, James Brooks. And the tip for the Lance is going to be number 11, Keegan Lane. So, with that, the referee blows the opening whistle. Then we're underway. Linganore controls the tip. Thomas Lang bringing it down on the top. South Hagerstown's going to open in a man-to-man defense. Lang on the corner. Kicks out to Lane, who's working high. Over to Nick Lang, who penetrates and dishes to Keegan Lane. Drives down the middle. And we got our first whistle of the night.
That was a foul there. He was a reach in.
Looks like they're going to get a foul on South Hagerstown's number 40, Jordan Rawlings. At the line, shooting 2 is going to be Keegan Lane. So, William, I don't know, you haven't seen Linganore very much, but this kid Lane, tallest kid on the floor, 6'5", got a real nice shooting touch, and he cans the first of the 2.
Well, I don't know how he's going to compare to another young man that I watched the last time I got a chance to watch this team, and that was Zach Thomas when he put up 35.
He's not quite an inside-outside kind of player like Thomas is, but he cans the second one. So South Hagerstown now with the ball out front, number 5, Amir Harris. Linganore sets up in a man-to-man defense. South Hagerstown works it around over to number 13, J.J. Womack, back to Harris. Harris pulls up for the 15-footer. Rebound, South Hagerstown in the key, back to Harris. South Hagerstown will reset. Linganore playing a pretty tight man-to-man defense. Looks like South Hagerstown's trying to isolate Harris. Harris with the drive. Jack Staub got up just enough to alter the shot, comes away with a rebound. Staub brings it down for Linganore. Over to Lane on the wing. He gets the baseline and a drive. Banks it off for 2. Linganore 4. South Hagerstown 0.
That was a nice play there to get him under the basket. Here's a shot.
Rebound, Linganore. Jack Staub with the rebound for the Lancers. Thomas Lang pushes, tries to get it to Lane. It's stolen, taken away with the wide open layup for South Hagerstown. That's Jeremy Wetzel. 4-2 Linganore, 6:30 remaining in the first quarter. Thomas Lang brings the ball up for the Lancers. He's guarded pretty tightly by Wetzel. Lang over to his younger brother, Nick Lang. Carter Schmidt down on the wing. Pops back to Nick Lang. He takes an open look at a three-point. It's off. Rebound South Hagerstown. Amir Harris brings it up for South Hagerstown. Kicks it over to Wetzel. Wetzel thinks about the three, penetrates. Nice through, gets two.
That was a nice move there.
That was a very nice move. Linganore now brings the ball up. Thomas Lang running a point for the Lancers. Lancers run their motion offense. Lang stolen by South Hagerstown. Looks like it's going to be off South Hagerstown. Nice quick hands that time by South Hagerstown's number 13, J.J. Womack. First sub.
That's 3 trips down the floor where he's been disruptive. Either stolen the ball or he's tipped the pass.
He's a quick little guard.
Yeah.
Checking in for South Hagerstown, number 50, Anthony Pimentel. Lancers kick out to Carter Schmidt. Open on the baseline for a nice three-pointer. So there's not a three-point shooter, but, he's going to can that open shot. Got a good look. Linganore 7, South Hagerstown 4. South Hagerstown works it around the perimeter, running a motion offense. Lancers stay in the man-to-man. Over to Harris. Harris gives a think. Pulls it back out. Harris guarded pretty tightly by Thomas Lang. He's going to attempt to drive. He dishes out to Wetzel. And Wetzel with a real nice-looking three-point shot. South Hagerstown staying even with the Lancers, 7-7. 5 minutes remaining in the first. Carter Schmidt over to Lang. Real nice look inside. Keegan Lane just missed the wide open layup. Coming away with the rebound, number 33, James Brooks. South Hagerstown the other way. Amir Harris with the penetration. Kicks back out to Womack. Womack back out to Brooks. Brooks guarded by Staub. Pulls up. Good rebound underneath by Pimentel. And South Hagerstown goes ahead 9-7. Thomas Lang brings it up for the Lancers. Both teams running into man-to-man defense here. Lang with a penetration, kicks over to Staub. Got a real good look at a three-pointer. It's short. Lang tries it over and under. A little off balance on that shot.
Double dribble.
South Hagerstown comes away with it in double dribbles. So there you see it. Execution you were talking about in our pregame. South Hagerstown didn't need that double dribble. Not sure what happened there, but they turned it over. Had a chance to go up by 4 on that possession.
Well, he had a Linganore player that was in front of him, and he was trying to do it behind the back and lost it.
Just enough to disrupt it, right?
Just enough.
So Linganore's going to inbound on the baseline. They try to go immediately to Keegan Lane. Ball's loose. Linganore comes away with it. Thomas Lang at the top. Linganore's going to reset. Lang with a penetration. He goes. He takes it in, and he scores. Nice drive down the middle. Quick first step for Thomas Lang. 9-9. Harris is going to bring it up for South Hagerstown. He's guarded. Gets it over to Wetzel, who takes the baseline. Going to come up short. Keegan Lane with a rebound.
Here we go.
Thomas Lang going to take it down for the Lancers. He goes in, kicks out, over to Carter Schmidt. Schmidt with a drive. They're going to call an offensive foul on Schmidt. Nice job defensively by number 30, Jacob Wetzel. Getting his feet set.
Yeah, he managed to get in there before the other guy actually left the ground, so he managed to get set.
Yeah, he got position,
Barely.
and the key to that was he had his feet set.
Yeah, he had
real
his
good
feet
take
set.
by Carter Schmidt, but nice job on defense. So South Hagerstown the other way. Amir Harris goes down low off the baseline. Back to Harris. South Hagerstown resets its offense. 4-3 around the perimeter, 2 down low. Low screen back high. They're working it in to number 33, taken away by Nick Lang. Lang is going to go off to the wing to Carter Schmidt, back to Lang. Linganore sets its half-court offense. Lang on the drive, over to Staub. Staub drives, back to Lang. Linganore sets its motion offense. Carter Schmidt with the take. Good penetration. He got a good look, and it didn't go for him. Looks like that's going to be off of Linganore. Jack Staub was in there. I think he got a hand on it and went off of Staub. So coming in for South Hagerstown, checking in number 32, Xavion Roman. South Hagerstown ball. We got Roman with the ball up top. With the drive, number 13. That was number 13, J.J. Womack with the drive. Keegan Lane just reached up above everybody and took that rebound out of the air. Linganore's doing its first substitutions, checking in for the Lancers. Harry Rasmussen and point guard Austin Loneyes.
Well, at the moment, the past few times down the floor, Linganore's been much better about protecting the ball. They haven't had any steals from them.
Yep, they just can't seem to get off the good shot right here. Yep, got to finish it. So Linganore back in its motion offensive set. Down to Loneyes. He steps on the baseline, turns the ball over. South Hagerstown ball coming the other way. Inbound is going to be number 5, Amir Harris. Linganore's in kind of a loose full court press. They're staying man-to-man, really not picking up till midcourt. Harris being guarded by Lang. Nice hands by Harry Rasmussen. He throws it back. Thomas Lang off of the feed from Staub. That was quick. Couple of passes. Linganore steps up 11-9. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the first. Coming back down for South Hagerstown, number 13, J.J. Womack. South Hagerstown sets their half-court offense. Womack to Harris. Harris down low back to Harris. Harris over to Womack. Womack guarded by Lang. Over to number 32. That's Xavier Roman. Back to Harris. Down low, number 33, James Brooks. And number 15, Anthony Pimentel. So Womack. Over to Roman. Back to Womack. Linganore's now jumped out of their man-to-man, and they're in a 3-2 zone. So Linganore giving them a little bit different look on the defensive side. Frustrating. Austin Loneyes gets after the ball on the floor. And they're going to call back court on South Hagerstown. And the South Hagerstown coaches are going crazy.
Yeah, they're not happy with that call at all, but you know what? I mean,
referees are going to get together. They're going to discuss it. Mm-hmm. So I think that was off a Linganore player. I think they're going to bring it back down and give it to South Hagerstown. But you know what? I have been wrong before, and it looks like they're going to award the ball. Yep, no, they're going to award it to South Hagerstown.
Yep.
So that was Austin Loneyes that dove after that ball, and it was off of him. So South Hagerstown ball, Amir Harris up top. Linganore stays in the 3-2 zone. Harris dribbles around, looking for help. Back to Womack. Womack with a little bit of a penetration, kicks off on the wing to Roman, who travels. Yeah, you can see that. You know, it's interesting. Watching them work the ball around the zone, you want to pass the ball around the zone. They're trying to dribble through that zone. I bet Linganore stays in that zone a couple of times. So Thomas Lang with the ball for the Lancers. Kicks over to Loneyes. Loneyes works around the top. Over to Staub. Down to Lang in the corner. Nick Lang out to brother Thomas. We're inside of a minute remaining in the first quarter. Nick Lang drives the baseline. Nice running jumper. Real nice touch on that. 13-9 Lancers, 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Amir Harris brings it down for South Hagerstown. Still dribbling to beat the zone. Linganore's going to trap. They trap Brooks down low. Yep, and South Hagerstown throws it away. Yep. So I'll tell you, the best coaching move by far so far has been Tom Kraft going to the 3-2 defense for the Lancers. It's given South Hagerstown a little bit of a struggle here.
Well, it's absolutely...
So we got a timeout on the floor. South Hagerstown calls a timeout after that turnover, and we're going to go to our commercial break here real quick.
Emerson once said, people only see what they are prepared to see. That's why Thermont Eye Care understands that vision is more than just seeing. It is providing you with professional vision solutions from eyewear to contacts that will help you see better and enhance how people see you. Thermont Eye Care is passionate about providing for all of your vision needs with a caring attitude and a dedicated commitment to serving those who want the best. Conveniently located
we're back, ladies
on the
and gentlemen,
square in
35
Thermont.
seconds remaining in the first quarter. Timeout, South Hagerstown. Linganore's ball. William, what are you seeing right now from Linganore defensively with South Hagerstown on offense?
It's totally frustrating their perimeter game because the 3 men up front are just collapsing on anybody who's up front and they're not passing it around. They're trying to dribble through it.
Too much dribbling, and they're turning the ball over, not getting good looks. So, with that, we're down to 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Linganore ball, Thomas Lang out top. They're probably going to isolate Lang, looking for the final shot. Lang with the spin move, the dribble, the runner. He got a good look. We're down to a minute. South Hagerstown comes with a rebound, and the shot doesn't go. So at the end of the first quarter, the score, Linganore 13, South Hagerstown 9. Real interesting first quarter. With that, we're going to go to another commercial break here, and we'll be back in just about 30 seconds.
Hi, this is Kai Hagan, co-host of Eye on Our Community. I want to tell you about our exciting new sponsor, BKC Massage and Fitness Studio, located in the Thurmont Plaza Shopping Center on North Church Street. If you're tired of large cookie-cutter gyms, and you know who they are, if you're tired of overpriced, rush, non-personal massage centers, and you know who they are, come to BKC Massage and Fitness Studio. You will not be charged for talking to a therapist or changing your clothes or getting dressed after a session. BKC Massage and Fitness Studio provides 30, 60, and 90-minute massage services and personal or small group fitness whole body workouts. Call us today at 240-288-7146. That's 240-288-7146. BKC Massage and Fitness Studio. Get what you pay for and more.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here to begin the second quarter of play. So, William, what did you see stats-wise coming out of that first quarter?
Well, Lang's 2 for 2. They're both three-pointers. He's got 6 points. Linganore High School has committed 3 turnovers. South Hagerstown actually has 1 less.
Interesting.
But the only player that has...
so that's Wetzel. With 5 points for South Hagerstown. Yeah, he's quick. That's number 30, Jeffrey Wetzel. So Linganore had a nice penetration that time by Nick Lang while we were talking, and Lang gets fouled on the shot. Number 33, James Brooks, with a foul. That's his first. Nick Lang is going to go to the line to shoot 2. So the two guards, the point guard, basically they both run point for the Lancers are brothers. Nick Lang at the line right now is the sophomore, and Thomas Lang is the star senior guard for the Lancers. So Nick misses the second of the 2, coming away with the rebound. Number 5, Amir Harris. What do you see defensively there, William?
Well, they're still in the 3-2, and they're still trying to dribble through it.
Blocked. So that was Womack that was trying to go in among the trees, and Keegan Lane come away with a nice block. Linganore ball on the other side. Linganore working its motion offense. South Hagerstown's looking to trap up top. Thomas Lang goes over to Carter Schmidt down in the corner. Over to Harry Rasmussen. Lost control. South Hagerstown comes away with it. Bringing the ball down for South Hagerstown, number 13, J.J. Womack.
But
Womack goes over to Romeo. They're still in the 3-2.
Oh, there they go.
They got it down low. Found the man open on the baseline. Good passing. That was number 5, Amir Harris, converting. We're at 14-11 Linganore.
They actually had a good strategy, and they drew the trap, and they left somebody open underneath it for them to pass to.
Yep. So draw the penetration and get the dish. On the other end for Linganore, that was number 11, Keegan Lane, with a nice runner in the middle. He converts to make it 16-11 Lancers. South Hagerstown now on the offensive side, working it around the perimeter. Harris with the ball back to Womack. Womack tries a three-pointer from the top. It's off. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be Linganore ball. Checking back in for the Lancers. It'll be number 32, Jack Staub. Linganore's going to inbound the ball from under the basket, and Thomas Lang's going to bring it up for the Lancers. Lang being guarded by Jeffrey Wetzel. Keegan Lane goes back door, work it in the middle. Carter Schmidt with a strong move down low. So this kid Schmidt, number 5, he plays kind of a 3 position, but he plays strong. He plays over his height. So South Hagerstown, Linganore goes back to the man-to-man. So we got Schmidt Gets backdoored there by number 30, Jeffrey Wetzel. Schmidt comes from behind, gets the block, but certainly got him with the body. Probably got him with a hand as well. So Wetzel's going to go to the line shooting 2.
Well, South Hagerstown right now has been doing a lot of substitutions.
So you know, it's always interesting to see how much or little a high school team will substitute. Most good teams will go 9 or 10 guys deep, but a lot of them will only play, really 6, maybe 7 guys during the course of the game. Speaking of substitutions, Austin Lone Eyes comes back in for the Lancers. Womack misses the first and the second, but he gets his own rebound. I'm sorry, check that. That was Jeffrey Wetzel. So South Hagerstown resets. They get another opportunity off an offensive board. Womack goes backdoor to Wetzel. Wetzel with a real nice look underneath. He got a shooter's roll that time. Real soft touch off the glass over the outstretched hand of Keegan Lane. 18-13 Linganore. 5 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Go ahead.
Linganore switched to a man-to-man and got beat on that one.
They sure did. Thomas Lang lost the handle on the other end. It's coming back down. Linganore ball. They're going to call a traveling on South Hagerstown. So in the game for South Hagerstown, number 10, Kevin Vaughn. He had a real quick move, was able to penetrate the Linganore defense, but he lost the handle when he got inside that defense. So Linganore coach Tom Kraft calls a quick timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. And with that, we're going to stay on here. So key for Linganore thus far defensively has been jumping from man-to-man to zone. For South Hagerstown, they've just pretty much been staying in man-to-man. What do you think about that, William?
Well, it seems to be working for both, not just from my point of view. The 3-2 was doing a whole lot more to frustrate the South Hagerstown than the man was.
So what I'm seeing with South Hagerstown, it almost doesn't matter whether Linganore's in a man-to-man or a zone. They're looking to dribble to beat the defense.
Yes, exactly.
And you're going to be more effective against a man-to-man when you're trying to dribble.
Yep.
So Linganore ball. Linganore comes down. Thomas Lang works over to Staub. Low on the corner. Staub being defended closely. Back to Lang. Lang being defended by Jeffrey Wetzel. Lang with a spin move. Penetrates the middle. Over to Schmidt. Over to Lone Eyes. Jack Staub with an open three-pointer. He misses. Down low for Linganore. Carter Schmidt was in position, and they're going to call it off of South Hagerstown. It's going to remain Linganore's ball. Checking in for the Lancers. Number 4, Nick Lang. So on the floor right now, Linganore has all 5 of its starters. And South Hagerstown, I think, has 1 or 2 subs in the game right now. Lang inbounds to Lane up top. Lane over to Schmidt. Schmidt to Nick Lang. Nick Lang dribbling, looking to penetrate. Runs the motion to Jack Staub. Nick Lang takes the baseline. Blocked. Real nice block that time by number 33 for South Hagerstown. And coast to coast goes number 13, J.J. Womack. That was James Brooks with a real nice block for South Hagerstown that started that run. 18-15 Linganore. Whoops. Thomas Lang tries to penetrate, loses the handle. South Hagerstown comes away with it. Amir Harris brings it down for South Hagerstown. 4 minutes remaining in the first half. 18-15 Linganore. Linganore jumps back to the 3-2 zone. Over to Womack. Womack puts up a long three-pointer. It's off. Nick Lang comes away with the board. Linganore runs the floor. Lang over to Keegan Lane. Good defense that time. Linganore gets called for a travel. So that was the littlest man on the floor, number 13, J.J. Womack, coming over and cutting off Lane, who was coming in from the wing pretty hard. He got just enough contact that they didn't call a foul on that, and he got the traveling call on Lane.
Yeah, he got lucky on that one.
I think he did too.
Got real lucky on that one.
Regardless, though, South Hagerstown ball. Linganore sitting in a 3-2 zone. Womack with the ball up top. In the middle to number 10. Kevin Vaughn comes away with a shot. Keegan Lane does a good job getting position and getting the rebound. Nick Lang brings it up for the Lancers. 18-15 Linganore. 3 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the first half. We got a foul called away from the ball. I couldn't quite see who they called that on. Number 23. That's a sub in the game. That's Marcel Jones. Looked like we got a holding call away from the ball. Thomas Lang tries to inbound. Jacob Wetzel gets a hand on it. Lang, out of frustration, reaches across, gets one of those cheap fouls. I think that's Thomas's first. That is Lang's first foul. You know, against Middletown, Lang actually got in foul trouble, which you don't see too much. Generally, he won't come off the floor, but he was in four. He had 4 fouls at one point, and he had to take a little bit of a rest.
3-2 defense again for the Lancers. Oh, and they just intercepted the ball.
Carter Schmidt gets after it on the floor. We got a scrum, several players down on the ground. Referees call a jump ball. It looks like possession arrow is to Linganore. Good hustle that time by both teams. Getting on the floor for South Hagerstown was number 10, Kevin Vaughn. Checking back into the game for South Hagerstown, number 32, Xavier Roman. Linganore's going to inbound the ball in the back court. Nick Lang is going to inbound to his brother Thomas. South Hagerstown stays in a full court, man-to-man pressure. Thomas brings it up, guarded by Wetzel. Lang's going to dribble and penetrate, kicks over to Carter Schmidt on the side. Schmidt looking, finds Staub in the middle. Staub dribbles, looks to penetrate. They're going to get a foul called on South Hagerstown, number 10, Kevin Vaughn. Linganore ball underneath. 2:42 remaining in the half, 18-15, Linganore. And it looks like we're getting a 5-second call on the Lancers. Good job of playing defense that time by South Hagerstown.
He just couldn't get the ball in time. He had nowhere to pass it to that time.
Yep. Thomas Lang, after that call, went and had a word with the official. I think he thought that was a quick 5. Doesn't matter. The official called it a 5-second, and it's South Hagerstown ball. Linganore sets in a 3-2. South Hagerstown works it around the perimeter. Harris over to Wetzel. Wetzel looking, finds Vaughn in the middle. Vaughn looks down low. Wow, real nice job by Keegan Lane coming across and getting a block. There was a wide open Xavier Roman down low. Lane had a nice block. Carter Schmidt wide open on the other end. He drains a 3. 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the first half. 21-15 Linganore.
He had all day to look.
He sure did. Wetzel got an open look.
Oh, he traveled.
Wetzel got an open look at a 3. Got a big rebound out. Nick Lang came away with it, and he got called for a travel. I think the official said he took a couple steps before he put the ball down. Checking in for the Lancers, number 25, Harry Rasmussen. So with 2 minutes remaining in the first half, South Hagerstown ball, 21-15, Linganore. Lancers stay in a 3-2 zone. Harris over to Roman. Roman down in the corner to Wetzel. Wetzel faces the trap, gets out of it, back to Wetzel. He takes the baseline. He stepped out of bounds.
There's been a couple times when they've been real close to that line, and that time he stepped on right on the line.
Yep. So Wetzel is good. He's real quick. He's got a good vision from the court, but he's getting real close to the line over there, and that time it got him. Nick Lang brings it down for the Lancers. Lang over to Lang. Thomas Lang now on the top, dribbling to penetrate. He slices through that defense. It looks like we're going to call a 3-second violation on the Lancers. Did you see who was camped out there in the middle? No, I didn't get that.
No, I didn't either.
Okay, so Wetzel brings it in, and Amir Harris is going to bring it up. Minute 29 remaining in the first half. Linganore's going to sit in that 3-2 zone with a 6-point lead. Harris over to Wetzel, down in the corner. Good job by Carter. Keegan Lane stepping in front of that pass.
They ran that play one too many times.
Yep, they're going from the corner down low. Thomas Lang out to Nick Lang. Got a wide open look. Just a little short, coming away with a rebound for South Hagerstown. Number 10, Kevin Vaughn. South Hagerstown's going to run it. Xavier Roman over to James Brooks. Back up to Harris on the top. Linganore stays in the 3-2. Harris is going to pull it out. He's going to dribble and kill some clock. He penetrates. Kicks over to Roman. Roman with an open look at a 3. Harris inside. Good job coming away with a rebound. Goes up for the shot, and they're going to call Harry Rasmussen on that foul. Yep. So that's Rasmussen's first. Definitely got him on the arm. Good job by Amir Harris that time getting position underneath.
Yeah, they managed to rotate around, and he was open, and he got the ball. They just weren't able to recover for a clean block that time.
Yeah, Keita played offense against that zone defense. keep your head up, pass the ball quick. Harris converts the first, 21-16. Linganore, 42.5 seconds remaining in the first half. Harris with a real nice stroke converts the second. South Hagerstown now comes out in a trapping zone, full court press. Thomas Lang dribbles through, 35 seconds. Looks like Linganore might hold for the final shot. South Hagerstown stays in a man-to-man defense. Thomas Lang over to Nick Lang. Jack Staub in the corner, back to Thomas Lang up top. 22 seconds remaining in the first half. Lang stays up top. He's being guarded by Womack. Thomas over to Nick. Nick Lang up top. 12 seconds left in the first half. Down to Jack Staub. Staub getting trouble in the corner. Nick Lang throws it away. Good pressure defense. Staub steals it back and goes in for the layup with 1 second remaining. And that's the end of the first half. Wow, that was a quick exchange there. So that was Jack Staub's first basket of the first half. So at the end of the first half, we got Linganore Lancers 23, South Hagerstown 17. Pretty good first half, William. What'd you see there? What were some of the keys?
Well, again, South Hagerstown is continuing to try to dribble around that 3-2 zone. And those three players up front are just able to rotate around with those guys. They're just not passing the ball around. There's been a couple of times when they finally flash somebody through and they're able to get a basket, or they're at least able to get fouled in the process. So it appears that the Linganore coach is like, well, it's working, so I'm going to stick with it. And it's been frustrating South Hagerstown. Now, on the other end, in about the last 5 minutes, there were at least 5 possessions by Linganore where they didn't run their motion offense. They just tried to ram it in, and either they missed the shot or they committed a turnover or there was an offensive foul.
Yep, so good job by South Hagerstown playing defense. You know, this Linganore team, they score some points. They like to get up and down the floor. So 23 points in the first half, that's a pretty low point total for them. Defensively, Linganore's got to be real happy with the fact that South Hagerstown is only sitting at 17 points through 2 quarters of play. And, you know, they've been jumping between man-to-man and the 3-2 zone, and as you said, you know, Linganore is really, dead zone is really giving them fits. So, Thomas Lang, it looks like, so the leading scorers for Linganore in the first half. Carter Schmidt is actually leading all scorers for the Lancers with 8 points. Thomas Lang's got 6. Keegan Lane has 4. That was Jack Staub's first basket of the first half right at the end. Another key stat here, and maybe this is a function of that injury that we were talking about to Thomas Lang's hand. He's already got 3 turnovers in the first half for South Hagerstown. What do you got leading scorers here?
Let's see. Jeffrey Retzel's got 6 points, and then Amir Harris has got 5 points. And then
turnovers looks like number 15. Anthony Pimentel's got 3.
Yeah.
So, you know, turnovers definitely a real key for each team here. And with that, we got about 7.5 minutes remaining in the first half, and we're going to go to commercial break. So we'll be back for the second half of this sectional semifinal game between South Hagerstown and Linganore.
Roddy Creek Automotive has expanded its services. That's right. Roddy Creek Automotive is a full-service auto care center featuring auto repair, preventative maintenance, vehicle diagnostics, tire sales, front-end alignments, car detailing, and even car audio customizations. And now they have added a new service, certified pre-owned vehicles. Check out their great inventory of vehicles online at their website, roddycreekauto.com, to find the right car for you and your family, or stop by and see them at their location on Route 15 at Roddy Creek Road in Thurmont today.
If you own a business, you know that the workday doesn't begin and end with the hours posted on your door. Hi, this is Business Development Officer Clark Briggs, and at Frederick County Bank, we understand that too. That's why we make business banking easy and accessible, anytime, anywhere. From BuzzPoint's merchant reward and loyalty to online banking, remote deposit capture to business courier service, Frederick County Bank, Frederick's true community bank, is open for business, anytime, anywhere. Contact me at 301-620-1400 and online at fcbmd.com. Member FDIC.
Mountain Gate Restaurant has been a Thurmont tradition for over 25 years. Christian owned and operated, Mountain Gate Restaurant has one of the finest home-style buffets in the area, with mouth-watering delicacies, desserts, and much more. Mountain Gate Restaurant is not just a place to eat, it is an experience. Down-home country cooking in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Just off Route 15 in Thurmont, look for the big sign that says Mountain Gate Family Restaurant.
Okay, so now that we're entering March, let the madness begin, and that's exactly what you can expect. Crazy good basketball all this week. Continuing this Marathon Basketball Week, we head over to Urbana, where the #1 Lady Hawks will host their arch rival Oakdale Lady Bears Tuesday, March the 1st, tip-off at 7 p.m. The fur and feathers will be flying that evening, so join us with our new ladies basketball color analyst, Coach Amy Entwistle, live at courtside for all the end-to-end hardwood action right here on AM 1450, your source for the best basketball broadcasts in the region.
Got my chips cashed in, keep trucking, like the blue-dog man together, more or less in line, just keep trucking, Arrows and neon and flashing marquees out on Main Street, Chicago, New York, Detroit, and it's all on the same street. A typical city involved in a typical daydream. Hang it up and see what tomorrow brings. Dallas got its own machine. Houston, too close to New Orleans. New York got the ways and means and just won't let you be. Most of the cats that you meet on the streets speak of true love. Most of the time they're sitting and crying at home. One of these days they know they gotta get going. Out of the door and down to the street all alone. Jugging like the doo-dah man once told me you got to pay your hand. Sometimes the cards ain't worth a dime if you don't lay them down. Sometimes the light's all shining on me. Other times I can barely see. Lately it occurs to me, what a long, strange trip it's been. What in the world ever became of Sweet Jane? She lost her spot, but you know she isn't the same. Living on meds, vitamin C and cocaine. All a friend can say is ain't it a shame? Up above the low, been thinking, got to never slow. It takes time, you think a place to go, just keep trucking on. Sitting and staring out of the hotel window, gotta think they're gonna kick the door in again. I'd like to get some sleep before I travel, but if you got a warrant, I guess you're gonna come in. Busted down on Bourbon Street, set up
Welcome back to Linganore High School, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dave Steering courtside with William Warren. Halftime. Linganore Lancers 23, South Hagerstown 17. Pretty interesting first half, William. Kind of a tale of two different teams, two very different teams. Linganore jumping between man-to-man and zone defense. South Hagerstown sitting in a zone trying to dribble to beat the man-to-man. Linganore's leading scorer, Thomas Lang, he's got 4 turnovers in the first half. Early before the game, we wondered whether his hand injury, he's got some stitches in his hand, was going to impact his play. You'd like to say that it wouldn't, but it appears that it has already. What did you see out there, William?
Well, I mean, as we were discussing in the keys of the game, there's been some execution issues really on both sides, but really what's turning out to be a tale here is turnovers. They're both about equal on turnovers, but the thing is, I think the turnovers that are being committed by Linganore are more hurtful. Mainly because it's by one of their star players. He has the injury to his hand, and I think that's definitely affecting his ability to hang on to the ball.
Yeah, so we'll see how this plays out. We're getting ready to begin the third quarter here. Been an exciting game thus far. Been back and forth, up and down. Pretty low scoring, but we'll see how this plays out in the second half. So to begin play in the second half, possession arrow is to South Hagerstown. Amir Harris with the ball for South Hagerstown, working around, still dribbling around that 3-2 zone. Harris over to Roman. Roman back to Harris. Linganore's got Staub and Lane down low in the 3-2. Carter Schmidt at the point. South Hagerstown with the ball down to James Brooks. He dribbles around, back up top. South Hagerstown looks patient. Harris to Brooks to Wetzel. Wetzel makes a little penetration, pulls up. He's off the mark. Thomas Lang with a rebound for the Lancers. Runs the floor. Jack Staub over to Nick Lang. Wide open three. He's off. Staub with a rebound in the middle. Puts it up and in. 25-17 Linganore.
And now the Linganore crowd's starting to get into the game as well.
Yep, there you go. South Hagerstown brings the ball down. Harris dribbling. Linganore still in the zone. Roman with the ball up top. Looking to kick. Roman over to Vaughn. Vaughn down to Harris in the corner. Back to Roman. Working it around the perimeter of the zone. Wetzel with the ball now dribbling up top. He comes upon Nick Lang. Roman over to Harris with the drive down low. He penetrates. Jack Staub with good position underneath. Comes away with a rebound for the Lancers and brings the ball up. Lancers. Staub over to Lane. Lane with an open look. And Nick Lang tries to come away with a steal. Good position that time by number 33, James Brooks, for South Hagerstown. South Hagerstown ball. South Hagerstown will inbound. Wetzel to Harris. Harris looking to maybe slow the pace down here a little bit.
They've been passing the ball a whole lot more now.
Yeah, they're trying to get a good vision of the court. Wetzel drives, penetrates the defense, and we get a foul underneath. Looks like it's going to be on the Lancers. Did you see who they got that call on? Looks like they're going to call that on Nick Lang. That's his first personal. South Hagerstown ball underneath on the baseline, looking to inbound. Brooks with the ball up top, goes over to Roman. Roman across to Harris. Harris looking, dribbles to penetrate the zone, kicks over to Womack. Put back by Brooks. Good position that time by James Brooks. Linganore brings it back. Nick Lang penetrates, kicks back to Thomas Lang. Thomas Lang over to Jack Staub. He drives the baseline. Pretty easy layup for Jack Staub. 27-19 Linganore.
Timeout Hagerstown.
Timeout South Hagerstown. 5 minutes, 35 seconds. Nope, we didn't get a timeout. We're going to get a... What they get a call on that? Not sure what the call was there, but it's going to be, the South Hagerstown player stepped out of bounds, bringing the ball up the court. Linganore inbounds, and what do? They turn it over right away. Tale of two turnovers right there, William.
Number 11 at Lang
Keegan Lane.
2 for 5 from the field today.
That's good. So about 40% shooting.
2 for 5.
2 for 5, so that's 40% for Keegan Lane. Linganore in the 3-2. Wetzel drives, kicks, dishes to Harris. Keegan Lane with a rebound. Nick Lang brings it up. Lancers run the floor. Jack Staub dribbling through the defense. He's picked up by Vaughn. Now Brooks is on Staub. Back to Lang. Lang inside to Lane. Lane over top of Vaughn. Looks like they're going to get number 10, Vaughn, on the foul for South Hagerstown. Yes, it is on number 10, Kevin Vaughn. Good job that time by Jack Staub. Playing a pretty strong game. Getting the penetration and kicking down to the man underneath Keegan Lane. Lane's going to shoot too. So Keegan Lane with a real nice shooter's touch. Nothing but
that's
net.
a beautiful free throw.
Real nice shot.
Nice.
Yeah, real good extension. Good drop of the hips, bent the knees. Lane makes the first. 28-19. Linganore just under 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Lane with the second. He gets the shooter's roll. 29-19. South Hagerstown now brings it up. Amir Harris with the ball. Linganore looks like they're going to be content to stay in that 3-2 zone here for a while.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, why not? It's giving them fits. Harris dribbling, looking to penetrate over to Roman. Roman back to Harris. Harris up top. Dribbling, looking to penetrate. Nothing there. He finds an open lane. He tries to penetrate. Keegan Lane, great position, comes away with a block, just stuffed him cold. It's going to be off Thomas Lang, though. South Hagerstown's ball underneath. Real good job by Keegan Lane. That's turnover number 5 already for South Hagerstown. So, Roman with the ball up top for South Hagerstown. Roman over to Wetzel. Wetzel dribbles around. Wetzel kicks over to Amir Harris, gets a look at a 3, comes up short. Lang with the rebound, and he's fouled. He's hacked pretty hard by Vaughn. I think that was not intentional, but he was just trying to swat the ball loose. Got Thomas Lang right on the forehead.
Yeah, you got him almost in the face on that one.
Yeah, that's third personal on Vaughn, and it looks like that may have opened that cut on Thomas Lang's hand. Yeah, there's some blood on Lang. It's actually not his injured hand. Looks like he nicked his other hand. So he's now got a cut on his left hand where he's got stitches, and now his right arm has got a cut on it as well. With that, it looks like Linganore is going to call timeout. Looks like Coach Kraft is going to take a timeout, try to get Thomas Lang wrapped up, and get him back on the floor. It looks like they're going to shift jerseys on him too. So William, this injury is definitely impacting Thomas Lang tonight. What are you seeing so far?
Wow, he's committed 5 turnovers so far.
I think that's unusual for Lang too. You know, he's a guy that usually does a real good job protecting the ball.
And only 1 rebound.
Wow.
Now, I mean, he's had his hands on several balls. He just hasn't been able to bring them down.
And, you know, that's a good point because he's quick. He's not the tallest guy on the floor, but he gets in position. He usually comes away with a lot of rebounds. He probably averages 6 or 7 rebounds a game. And, you know, key to getting a rebound, though, is not just getting in position, but coming away with it, getting a handle on the ball. And if you're having an issue with your hand, it's tough to do that. So we're at 29-19. Timeout ends.
And then Anthony,
looks like it's going to be Linganore's possession. And we're at 4 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the third quarter. No, it's going to be South Hagerstown's ball, right? No, Linganore ball.
Yep, it'll be
Linganore ball coming the other way. And it looks like South Hagerstown's going to go into a full court man-to-man defense. Let's see if they try to deploy a trap on this full court pressure. Nick Lang will inbound underneath on the baseline.
Yep,
feeds it to Jack Staub. Real nice job breaking the pressure. Nick Lang to Thomas Lang. Thomas with the penetration and the bucket. He used his right hand that time. No issue at all. 31-19 Linganore. Under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Linganore stays in the 3-2 zone. Amir Harris with the ball up top for South Hagerstown. Dribbling, looking, stays up top. Not a whole lot of urgency right now. Moves it over to Wetzel. Wetzel with a nice look at a 3.
Air ball.
Missed that one by a good amount. So, you know, it's interesting.
Calling.
Say again?
You can hear the crowd calling the air ball.
Yeah, that's the student section getting on him. Thomas Lang now wearing jersey number 10. Kicks it over to Jack Staub. Over to Nick Lang. Open look at a three. In position. Good position underneath was Jacob Wetzel. Check that, Jeffrey Wetzel. Thomas Lang tried to come over the back, and they got him with the body.
Yep.
So that's personal foul number 2 on Lang. And it looks like we got a timeout for South Hagerstown. 30-second timeout, South Hagerstown.
Well, the Lancers are pulling away. Hagerstown, if they would start showing, they're still trying to penetrate past the 3-2 instead of trying to pass around it. They've had a couple times when they've had somebody in the middle and they just haven't been able to see them because the guy's going the other way.
Yeah, and again, that's pretty basic, fundamental basketball stuff. Beat the zone by passing the ball. South Hagerstown's still trying to dribble a little bit too much to do that. So one other thing that I wanted to mention, Thomas Lang is now wearing jersey number 10. He had to switch out of jersey number 00 because he got blood on it. So the rest of the way out, Thomas Lang is going to be jersey number 10. South Hagerstown's going to inbound the ball. Wetzel inbounds to Roman. Roman brings it up for South Hagerstown. Linganore stays in the 3-2 set. Roman dribbling up top, looking over to Harris. Harris back to Roman. Roman looking over to Harris. Harris down low to Wetzel. They try to penetrate with a pass, but Linganore gets the hands up. Nick Lang comes away with a steal. Linganore brings it down. Lane back to Schmidt. South Hagerstown in a man-to-man. Keegan Lane guarded by Pimentel. Nick Lang with a penetration. Nice through the zone. Real good take by the sophomore guard that time. Got a nice finger roll for a pretty easy layup. 33-19 Linganore. 2:42 remaining in the third quarter.
He had to shift his body in midair to do that one.
That was
nice
good
move.
body control. Real good. Wetzel dribbling up top for South Hagerstown. Wetzel over to Roman. Roman goes inside to Brooks. Brooks with a good look. Just doesn't get the roll. Jack Staub comes away with a rebound. Staub goes over to Nick Lang. And Wetzel tries to come in for the steal. He went in with the inside hand instead of the outside hand. Got him with the body. They called a foul. That's Wetzel's first personal. We got a sub coming in for Roman for South Hagerstown. You got a number there. That's number 20. Who we got there? We don't have him on the roster. We'll just have to go with number 20 for South Hagerstown into the game. Linganore inbound. South Hagerstown stays in a man-to-man, full court pressure. Nick Lang's going to bring it up for the Lancers. He's guarded by number 20. He penetrates dishes. Wide open three. Jack Staub, nothing but net. Linganore up 36-19. 2:05 remaining in the third quarter. Linganore stays in the 3-2. Really giving South Hagerstown fits. South Hagerstown over to Harris. Harris kicks down to Wetzel. Wetzel in the corner.
Up, lost the handle.
Wetzel thought the coach was a teammate. But Linganore knocked that one out. He passed that right to the coach.
Literally just reached out and caught it.
Yeah. South Hagerstown struggling a little bit offensively right now.
Actually, they're struggling mightily right now.
Yeah. Nice move. Splitting through the zone, but can't get a fall. Lane comes down with the rebound. Nick Lang brings it up over to Jack Staub. Another open look at a three. It's off. Keegan Lane did a good job coming in, getting his hands on the ball. Just couldn't get a handle. South Hagerstown ball. Anthony Pimentel is going to inbound for South Hagerstown. We got a whistle. Subs in for the Lancers. Austin Loney's number 3 and Harry Rasmussen. Nick Lang and Keegan Lane take a breather.
Yeah, they're getting some rest in.
That's probably wise. South Hagerstown brings it up. Harris over to number 20, working around the perimeter. Harris with his head up looking. They work over to Wetzel in the corner. Lang comes over and contests the ball. Skip pass. Back to Harris. Harris looking to dribble. Nothing there. Zone collapses. Harris pulls out. 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining in the third. 36-19 Linganore. South Hagerstown looking to run a motion offense. There's not much there against this zone. Linganore's got it pretty packed in. And they try to penetrate. Nothing there. Linganore with a steal. Carter Schmidt to Thomas Lang. They're going to get a goaltending call on South Hagerstown.
I don't agree
Thomas Lang went up high on the glass. And they're calling, I think, number 30. I think they got Wetzel with the goaltend on that. Did you see it?
Yeah, I think the officials think they saw that one, but, I mean, I didn't see a goaltend at all. His hand hit the board, but it wasn't anywhere near the rim of the ball.
So, yeah, the ruling on that is if the ball's coming down and the player gets it while it's above the rim, it's a goaltend. Or if the defensive player goes into the cylinder, it's a goaltend. So I'm not sure what they called there, but either way, South Hagerstown ball on the offensive end. 35 seconds remaining in the third. In the game is number 3, Sean Roberts for South Hagerstown. Good job penetrating the defense and kicking it back out. Harris with a 3. It's off. Harry Rasmussen with a rebound for the Lancers. Carter Schmidt comes away with it. Thomas Lang is going to bring it up. 17 seconds remaining in the third. Lang being guarded by Wetzel. I'm guessing Linganore is going to hold for the last shot, but Lang loses the handle again, and that was his bad hand. You can see it. Just lost the handle. Turnover number 6 for Thomas Lang. Actually, turnover number 7. 10 seconds left in the third. South Hagerstown with the ball. Harris working against the zone. Going to look to penetrate. He kicks to Roberts. Roberts with the runner. Got a good look. Didn't come down with it. That's the end of the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play, Linganore Lancers 38. South Hagerstown Rebels 19. At this time, we're going to go off for a commercial break. We'll be back in about a minute.
Who do I play for? I play high school basketball for every baller who ever played a pickup game on a driveway, playground, or alley. Because we all share the same dream. I play for buzzer beaters, big-time boards, and burying rainmakers. I play high school basketball for the chance to put my hometown in Maryland on the map by playing in a state championship.
Only 0.5% of all high school student athletes play basketball in college. But all 100% of them become adults. That's why playing basketball in their high school team is so important. High school athletes learn life lessons that help them grow up. Lessons that can't be taught in the classroom and often aren't taught at home.
I play high school basketball because I love performing in front of a capacity crowd in my hometown gym.
This message presented by the Maryland Public Secondary Schools Athletic Association and the Maryland State Athletic Directors Association.
We're back to begin play in the fourth quarter with the Linganore Lancers up 38-19. South Hagerstown scored 4 points in that quarter. What are you seeing so far here, William? Give us some stats.
Well, Staub went just absolutely nuts. He's got 9 points total, but scored 7 in that last period alone with 5 rebounds.
And Staub just had a real nice look on a drive. Had a good look. Real athletic play that time by Brooks for South Hagerstown. Coming away with a block. Linganore ball underneath. Thomas Lang got an inbound to Keegan Lane, wide open. Wide open, had about a 4-foot jumper. Right up, just basically a tap in. 40-19, Linganore. 7 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the game. Any other key stats coming out of that? How about the turnovers and shooting? It looked like South Hagerstown shooting just went cold.
Yeah, it's absolutely cold.
So South Hagerstown ball on the offensive set. Call timeout. We're going to go to a real quick commercial break. Thank you.
With spring just around the corner, now's the time for a great haircut. Gary the Barber wants you to look your best. Located at 101 Tippin Drive in Thurmont, Gary the Barber is close to your home or where you work. With Gary the Barber, you're assured a quality and professional job done right the first time, every time by a seasoned pro. Quality service you can count on. Don't have time to wait? Call today for an appointment, 301-305-7895. That's 301-305-7895. And Gary takes walk-ins too. Gary the Barber, affordable, convenient, and experienced. Remember, Gary says, with an appointment, there's no waiting.
And we're back. 40-19, Linganore. What do you think? What are you seeing, William?
South Hagerstown is getting frustrated. They're down 40-19, so they don't have all the time in the world, but they're still trying to punch it past that 3-man front, and it's just not working. And then when they're getting it in on the inside, which has been successful, they're just not getting their shots clean.
Yeah, 19 points through 3 quarters that's tough. You're not going to win games, especially playoff games, scoring that few points. So Linganore stays in the 3-2 South Hagerstown ball. They're working it around. Coach is imploring them to move the ball. Weaving it around up top. Harris is going to dribble to penetrate the zone. Gets a good look. Gets a runner off the glass. Down the middle of the zone. 40-21 Linganore. Linganore's ball back the other side. Keegan Lane gets a good look. Nice, easy, basically a layup for Lane. 42-21 Linganore. Roberts brings it up over to Wetzel. Wetzel looks inside to Roberts. He loses the handle. Thomas Lang comes away with it for the Lancers. He's looking to run. He pulls up. Finds Jack Staub wide open for a three. Just short. Nick Lang gets position underneath. And it was Lang's position that enabled Linganore to get that ball back. Real good job.
Very nice job.
So checking back in for South Hagerstown is number 13, J.J. Womack. So Linganore did its inbound play where they run the screens, go to the big man right in the middle. He got a wide open look and he got fouled. That's Keegan Lane is going to go to the line, shooting two. And they got James Brooks on that foul. That's his second personal. Lane will shoot two for the Lancers. Linganore's got all five of its starters on the floor. Real nice shooting touch. He's got a nice stroke on the foul line, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Especially for a big man. He's the tallest guy on the floor. And his foul shot it's a pretty shooting stroke.
That's
Keegan
not
Lane
something you
shoots the
see
second.
from a lot of big guys that have a really good foul shot stroke, and that's good for someone his size.
Yeah, you think about big guys and shooting foul shots. I always think about Shaquille O'Neal throwing the bricks up there. So Lane converts both. South Hagerstown on the offensive end, 44-21 Linganore. Wetzel with the look. He penetrates, jump stop, and a runner. Real nice shooting touch off the glass. Got that shooter's roll. Nice and easy up off the glass. South Hagerstown in a full court pressure. They sense the urgency. They're trying to pick up the pressure on defense. They're in a man-to-man, and they're pressing it all the way out. Lang penetrates, got a good look. Underneath, getting position and getting the board, Jeffrey Wetzel, number 30. He's going to look to run. He pulls up on the baseline on the far end, takes the shot, and he gets fouled. I think they're calling Jack Staub on that. That was number 33 or 32. Who are they getting? Yep, Jack Staub. And Wetzel's going to go to the line, shooting two. So we're still at a 21-point lead for Linganore, 5:45 remaining in the game.
So now they need turnovers on Linganore.
Yeah, so I think the only way South Hagerstown has any prayer right now is they got to play all-out defense. They got to be flying around the floor.
And they're going to take some chances, which may lead to foul trouble.
Wetzel converts both free throws. Staub inbounds to Nick Lang. I don't see any kind of trapping defense here, which is surprising. Lang easily dribbles, bringing the ball up. South Hagerstown stays in a man-to-man. Carter Schmidt with the ball up top. Linganore in the motion offense. Lane out to Schmidt. Schmidt up to Lang. Lang dribbling, penetrating. Linganore not in any big hurry right now. Lang comes off the screen. Real nice drive by Nick Lang.
That was
very nice job coming off the screen by Keegan Lane. Easy basket, 46-25 Linganore. 5:05 remaining in the game for the Lancers. Good job by James Brooks going up against Keegan Lane. Good job by Lane, not fouling. Yep. Good body control by Brooks. Thomas Lang splits the defense, goes coast to coast, doesn't quite get the roll. Carter Schmidt battles hard underneath. Amir Harris comes away with a rebound for South Hagerstown. Wow, Jack Staub came around from behind. Nobody in the gym likes that call. Did he get him? What'd you see?
I'm pretty sure he got him. At least nobody on the Linganore side likes that. South Hagerstown, I'm starting to like, ooh,
That's personal foul number 2 on Jack Staub. We're going to get a timeout. I'm not sure who called a time that time. It was Linganore called it. It's going to be a full 60-second timeout. With that, we're going to go to break here at Linganore High School.
Life always changes, but is the question always the same? God, why?
When we separated, we were looking for something, but we just didn't know what was missing.
I've done some things in my life I'm not very proud of. I've hurt some people, and now I just want to start over.
Your relationship with God may be missing something. missing the sun.
And we're back.
Ladies and gentlemen, real quick, I'd like to, one more time, thank this evening's sponsors for tonight's game. Tonight's game sponsors, Anytime Fitness, BMC Massage and Fitness Studio, Frederick County Bank, Gettysburg Auto Auction, Med One Pharmacy, Roddy Creek Auto, Shamrock Restaurant, and Thermont Eye Care. Thank you to all of our sponsors for tonight's game. 4 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the ball game. Linganore with a commanding 46-27 lead. South Hagerstown with the ball. Roberts to Brooks. Linganore's out of its zone defense. Wetzel penetrates. They're going to get Nick Lang on a foul. And the one. He converts. He's going to be at the line shooting the and one. Not sure why Linganore came out of the zone defense there. You're up by 20. That didn't seem
and it didn't
seem like something I would do.
Yeah, well, it's been working the entire time. Plus, all the big guys get to rest in that defense. They're not having to run everywhere.
And Wetzel converts the and one. So with that, 46-28 Linganore. Linganore brings it up. Staub with a wide open look for a three. He misses underneath. Brooks with the rebound. Gets it to Harris. And there immediately we see Linganore go back into that 3-2 zone. So maybe Coach Kraft was just trying to give them a change of pace, give them a different look. Wetzel with a long three, and he nails it. That was NBA range right there.
That was nice.
Squared up his shoulders, got a good look, and got the drop. 46-33, Linganore. Real good motion offense, Lancers. Thomas Lang with real good body control. Nice feed from his brother Nick Lang. Wetzel with hustling defense came across. Lang just held his ground, kind of floated in the air, got the shooter's roll on that layup.
Well, he also drew the contact because he managed to get the defender to leave his feet.
Yeah, real good job by Thomas Lang. He's a good ball player. So Lang will shoot the N1. He converts nothing but net. 49-33, Linganore. South Hagerstown brings it up. Ooh. Linganore staying in the 3-2 zone, but it's funny. You mentioned about the big guys getting a rest in the 3-2. I know as a defensive coach, I always tell my team when you go zone, that's not a time to rest. That's a time to actually be more active. But I know what you're saying. They're not running all over the court.
And they're being way active. They just got done almost stealing the ball. So.
Yep. So Wetzel takes a long three, comes up long rebound. Nick Lang comes away with it. Off to his brother Thomas. Thomas gets Keegan Lane, runner down the middle. They called a travel, and Keegan was right in front of our bench. He knew it right away.
Yeah.
He took 3 steps easy. South Hagerstown ball. Roberts over to Harris. Harris down in the corner. Linganore looking to trap down in the corner. Roberts penetrates, kicks out to Brooks. Brooks drives. And Brooks gets a nice layup. Split the zone that time. 49-35, Linganore. 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the game. South Hagerstown stays with full court man-to-man pressure. Jack Staub's got the baseline. Finds Lane in the middle. Had a wide open shot. Didn't get the roll, but hustles and gets it out off the Wetzel. Wow, great job of hustling that time by Keegan Lane.
Sorry.
That was good. What'd you see?
He was going out of bounds, and he turned, and he found South Hagerstown. The guy just threw it right against him, and it went out. Great play.
Great hustle, great heads up by Keegan Lane. Linganore inbounds. Nick Lang over to Carter Schmidt. Thought about a three, pulled it back. Looking, he's guarded closely by Roberts. Over to Nick Lang, over to Staub, over to Lane, to Schmidt. Schmidt thought about the three. Doesn't like the call, but he took steps. Traveling call.
He was
South Hagerstown ball.
The ref was right
there. So Womack's going to inbound to Roberts. Roberts brings it down. They now have Roberts up top. Wetzel off on the wing. Wetzel looks inside to Roberts. He just threw it away. Carter Schmidt, nice job getting on the floor. And Thomas Lang sees that his teammate's in trouble. And he wisely, real heads up play, calls timeout. I'm guessing that Linganore's going to take a 30-second timeout on that. Yes, they are. So we're seeing 30-second timeout by Linganore. So, fairly quiet game here tonight, William. Usually this student section here at Linganore High School, the Tribe, usually they're loud and active.
I mean, the last time I watched a Linganore game, we were screaming here just to hear ourselves, and it's almost like that the students over here are like, yeah, we've seen this before, and we're just expecting it to continue.
Yeah, you know what?
And the South Hagerstown fans are quiet because, well, their team is behind by.
It was, the game was pretty competitive for most of the first quarter. Linganore started to pull away, and it's been double-digit lead all the second half for the Lancers. They're up 49-35, 2:20 remaining in the game. Thomas Lang brings it up for the Lancers. He's guarded closely by Wetzel. South Hagerstown stays in a man-to-man defense. Lang penetrates, kicks off the lane, lane back to Lang. Thomas to Nick Lang. Nick Lang up top, guarded by Roberts. Nick Lang looks to drive, kicks back. Nice spin move, gets the defender up. I'm surprised he didn't draw a foul there. Carter Schmidt comes away with it for the Lancers. Schmidt guarded by Womack. Schmidt gives it up to Thomas Lang. Thomas Lang drives, kicks over. Carter Schmidt up top. Linganore's content to slow it down and burn the clock. Thomas Lang's dribbling around. We're going to make South Hagerstown come out and foul him. Thomas Lang with a penetration, pulls it back out. Lang guarded by Harris. 1:30 remaining in the game. They're going to get a blocking foul that time on number 3, Sean Roberts. So Linganore's burning some clock right now, up by 14, in no hurry to shoot the ball.
That last sequence was 45 seconds.
And a lot of that was just dribbling around, making them come out on them. So that's South Hagerstown, 6 personal. They got one more before they get into 1-on-1 and make Linganore start shooting to stop the clock. Carter Schmidt with the ball up top. Nick Lang over to Thomas Lang, down in the corner. Almost running out of space. Cross-court pass to Jack Staub. Linganore's working the ball around. And we get a foul by Brooks on Jack Staub. No, they got Carter Schmidt. So that's team foul number 7. Team foul number 7 on South Hagerstown. That's personal foul number 3 on Brooks. At the line, shooting the 1-and-1 for the Lancers, number 5, Carter Schmidt.
So now this last minute and 15 seconds could take a long time to go by.
It very well could. If you're South Hagerstown, you got to stop the clock. You got to foul, and then you got to get the ball up the floor quickly and put it in the basket.
They're going to have to try to outrun Linganore to the basket now. They're not going to, because if Linganore gets set in that 3-2,
Yep. So Schmidt makes them both. 51-35 Lancers, 1:10 remaining in the game. Harris drives off to Wetzel. He takes a three-pointer. It's off. Brooks with the rebound underneath. Nice putback by Brooks. Does not get the roll. Back up, Roman. Jack Staub comes away with a rebound, and Brooks is going to foul him again. That's his 4th personal.
Now they're looking tired.
Yeah.
Hagerstown's looking tired because they had a shot underneath, and he didn't even make it up to the rim on the shot. He's getting.
You see the South Hagerstown players are bent over with their hands on their knees. Linganore's guys are all pretty much up. Jack Staub's going to come to the line, shoot the 1-and-1 for the Lancers. He's short. Brooks is going to come away with a rebound. He's going to push up the floor quickly. 50 seconds remaining in the game. Brooks takes it all the way. Jack Staub comes away with a rebound. Brooks just did not get the roll on that layup. Thomas Lang dribbles. He's going to dribble around. And Brooks is going to come over and foul him. And that's going to be personal foul number 5 on Brooks. Now they're going to call that on number 3. Nope. The scoreboard put it up wrong.
Yeah, they did. And actually, they he managed to avoid getting fouled twice. He was running around. They couldn't catch him.
So good hustle by Avery Brooks, but James Brooks, but unfortunately that's his 5th personal. He's going to be disqualified. Checking in for South Hagerstown is number 40, Jordan Rawlings. That's team foul number 9 on South Hagerstown. Thomas Langs at the line shooting the 1-and-1. Linganore up 51-35 with 40.6 seconds remaining in the game. Lang makes the first. Will now seek to convert the second. And the 2 cheerleaders for Linganore flank the basket underneath and each do a flip on the made shot. So Lang converts to second. South Hagerstown inbounds. Roberts over to Wetzel. Wetzel looks back to Roberts. Roberts loses the handle. Thomas Lang comes away with it, and it looks like South Hagerstown might call off the Dogs. Yep, they're gonna call off the Dogs. 23 seconds remaining. 53-35. Linganore.
They're gonna let it run down.
They're gonna let it run down. You know, hey, that's fairly classy move by the South Hagerstown coach. They're not gonna come back. 10 seconds. Thomas Lang dribbles the ball alone.
Oh, hold up.
We got a referee whistle
Technical.
here. They're going to stop the clock while the South Hagerstown cheerleaders run onto the court, and I think they're going to call a technical on South Hagerstown.
Yeah, they are.
That's a shame. South Hagerstown cheerleaders run onto the court, and the referees have to call a technical on that, stopping the clock with 0.5 seconds remaining in the game.
So they got to take the shot.
They got to take the shots. And Linganore, Coach Kraft puts in reserve guard number 23, senior Jake France. He's going to come in and shoot the tee for the Lancers. His first time of the game off the bench. He misses the first. Come on, Jake. You're all alone. Half a second left in the game. Jake France is going to take the second tee. He's got a big smile on his face. He converts the second tee. Gets a big hand from his teammates and from the Linganore crowd.
And they got to come out on the floor to burn.
Yeah, they got to inbound the ball. Linganore's going to inbound. 0.5 seconds remaining in the game. Thomas Lang is going to inbound for the Lancers.
They're all having to put their shirts back in their shorts. They all thought it was.
And we're at 54-35. Linganore. Ball is inbounded. Run the clock.
Come on, clock.
Run the clock. Nope. I'm not sure what's going on here. They got, They got 5 seconds on the clock.
1.
And they're letting it run
Here
down.
we go.
That's the ball game. Final score, Linganore Lancers 35. South Hagerstown Rebels. Check that. Linganore Lancers 54. South Hagerstown Rebels 35. Linganore moves to 22-1 on the season. And they move into the sectional final game against the winner of the North Hagerstown-Tuscarora game. I haven't seen any scores over the Twitter feeds, but I'm guessing it's going to be Tuscarora and Linganore. Linganore's going to be the higher seed, so that game's going to be here at Linganore High School. So with that, we're going to go to the break, and we'll come back for our final game wrap-up.
Hi, this is Catherine Heerbrand, co-host of Eye on Our Community. I want to tell you about our exciting new sponsor, BKC Massage and Fitness Studio, located in the Thermont Plaza Shopping Center on North Church Street. If you're tired of large cookie-cutter gyms, you know who they are. If you're tired of overpriced, rushed, non-personal massage centers, you know who they are. Come to BKC Massage and Fitness Studio. You will not be charged for talking to a therapist or changing your clothes or getting dressed after a session. BKC Massage and Fitness Studio provides 30, 60, and 90-minute massage services and personal or small group fitness whole body workouts. Call us today at 240-288-7146. That's 240-288-7146. BKC Massage and Fitness Studio. Get what you pay for and more.
Gettysburg Auto Auction says thank you. Gettysburg Auto Auction has sold almost 500 vehicles over the past 3 weeks, and we're calling on dealers around the tri-state area to refill our lots. If you're getting a tax refund, bring it to Gettysburg Auto Auction this Thursday at 6 p.m. and get in on our tremendous sales success. Last week, we sold a huge inventory of vehicles up to 55% off Nata Retail. Gettysburg Auto Auction still has the lowest fees of any auction in the area. Combine that with our outstanding customer satisfaction record and Gettysburg Auto Auction's exclusive bid drive-by program where you get to drive your car before you buy it. You're guaranteed an extremely positive car buying experience. Gettysburg Auto Auction is located on Route 15 at the Maryland-Pennsylvania line, Steinware exit. For directions and a sampling of upcoming vehicles, visit our website, gettyauto.com. Gettysburg Auto Auction, the little auction that's back on track to another record sales year. ladies and gentlemen, to Linganore High School. Congratulations. The Lancers, 54-35. They are victorious. And I want to take a moment, if I may, to dedicate this game to Mike Fitzgerald, the senior veteran member of the Fitzgerald family, passed away yesterday, owner of the Shamrock Restaurant. So our sympathies and our prayers and loss go out to the Fitzgerald family. Mike Fitzgerald, a wonderful man, a pillar in the Thurmont community for all these years in the Shamrock Restaurant. So what's it look like? The stats back to you at the booth there, Dave.
Thank you, Michael. So leading scorers for the Lancers, you know, I think you have to say by his standards, Thomas Lang kind of had an off game, William.
Yeah.
But he still was the Lancers' leading scorer with 11 points. Contributing 10 for the Lancers was number 11, Keegan Lane. And then chipping in 9 for the Lancers was number 32, Jack Staub. A couple of other interesting stats for the Lancers. Lang, who normally scores over 18 points a game, you know, with 11, that's a low game. He had 7 turnovers. Certainly that hand was affecting him tonight. His game looked good. He just couldn't get a handle on the ball like he usually does. He could only get 1 rebound as well. He made that point during the game.
Yeah. There were multiple times he had his hand on the ball, and he just couldn't bring it down.
So Jack Staub had 7 boards for the Lancers. You know, Staub is he's a tough kid to guard. I'll tell you, on the football field, he's a tough player as well. He plays receiver for the Lancers, and he's headed to Shepherd next year to play football for Shepherd University. Interesting fact. So Lang and Staub, who have both played basketball together for years, are both going to Shepherd next year. Lang is going to play basketball. Staub's going to play football for the Shepherd Rams out in Shepherdstown, West Virginia.
We're talking about key to the game at the beginning, and there's something that I just found out that was extremely interesting that South Hagerstown did not do.
What was that?
Game. They did not employ a zone press hardly at all. If they did, it was kind of a lazy zone press.
Yeah, you know, they set up in that once or twice, but like you said, it was lazy. It wasn't effective.
And in their last game that they won, they employed the zone press for 3 of the 4 quarters.
Wow. Wonder why they didn't do that here tonight. Maybe they just didn't think that they could match up with the speed and the ball handling ability of Linganore. Very possible. It's tough to say. You know, again, Linganore is a team that likes to get up and down the court. 54 points for them is actually a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
34 for South Hagerstown is definitely a low-scoring game. So with 6 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter in the other sectional semifinal, we just got a score. Tuscarora is leading South Hagerstown 51-40. So it appears that the sectional final is in fact going to be between Linganore and Tuscarora. And William, you know, the only loss of the season for Linganore this year is to Tuscarora. So that should be an interesting one. That's back here at Linganore, and that is a game that AM 1450 will be broadcasting as we follow this run through the state playoffs for Frederick County basketball.
And here's one more thing about South Hagerstown. That was their 3rd win in 14 days. So they have not had a lot of rest at all. They've been in a very grueling schedule.
Yeah, so, you know, the end of the basketball season in high school in Frederick County is always interesting because this time of the year you never can predict what the weather's going to do, and you can go for periods where you have long layoffs, and then when it comes playoff time, you find yourself playing back-to-back games. One other interesting score, we got Oakdale and Urbana playing elsewhere in Frederick County, and with an early lead, looks like Oakdale is up, and that's over in the other section in the 3A playoffs. The winner of that game is going to see the winner of the Seneca Valley-Westminster game. Then the winners of that section come together with the winner of the Linganore-Tuscarora game to play for the regional championship. You know, last year was the first regional championship for Linganore basketball, I believe, ever. I'm not sure if that statistic is correct, but it's certainly been a long time since Linganore's won a regional championship, and their regional championship win last year over Seneca Valley was a huge win. Landed them down in the state semifinals down at the University of Maryland. This team could go back. What do you think? What did you see tonight?
Well, they had some execution issues. One was one of their best players with an obvious injury that that obviously affected him. But otherwise, they didn't make too many more mistakes than South Hagerstown did. They were just able to shoot better shots.
Yeah. So Linganore is they're definitely the favorite in the region. And we'll see how this plays out. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we'd like to wrap up this evening's broadcast. Again, for anyone that's interested, this game will be archived at www.wthu.org. Once again, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors for tonight's game. Special shout out, as Michael indicated, for the Fitzgerald family. That's definitely a loss to the community. And with that, we'd like to draw this to a close. And William, I thank you for your color analysis, and we'll see you next time, folks. Also like to thank Michael Betteridge, GM for the station, working the stats for us tonight, helping us out as we got through this broadcast. Thank you very much.